The National Bank Open in Toronto. Center court. The Philippine flags are waving. The chants of Alex are deafening. But something is different. Belinda Bencic, the Olympic gold medalist, is not just competing, she is dominating. She has just ended Alex Eala's 7-match winning streak with a stunning 6-4, 6-0 victory. The match lasted just 73 minutes. And now, in the post-match press conference, Bencic breaks her silence. She reveals exactly how she finally defeated the Filipina sensation. She explains her game plan, her strategy, and the key moments that turned the match in her favor. And then she drops a bombshell. She admits that Alex's injury was a factor. We break down everything Bencic said, analyze the crucial moments, and reveal what really happened on that court in Toronto. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Belinda Bencic knew exactly what she was walking into. The stadium was sold out. The crowd was overwhelmingly pro-Eala. The chants of Alex were deafening. The Filipino community had turned Sobeys Stadium into a sea of Philippine flags. Bencic, a 10-time WTA champion and Tokyo Olympics gold medalist, was not the crowd favorite. But she was not intimidated. She had been in this position before. She had won this tournament back in 2015 as an 18-year-old, taking down 4 top 10 players, including Serena Williams. She knew how to handle the pressure. Eala, meanwhile, was riding the wave of a historic run. She had won her first WTA Tour singles title at the Washington Open just a week earlier, defeating world number 3 Jessica Pegula in the final. She had extended her winning streak to 7 matches, the longest of her career. She had battled through an ankle injury against Katie McNally, removed the tape, and fought back to win in 3 sets. But the physical toll was immense. Eala herself had admitted, "I am as tired as one can be at this stage." The stakes could not have been higher. A victory would send Eala to the quarterfinals of a WTA 1000 event, matching her best-ever finish at this level from Dubai in February. For Bencic, a victory would set up a quarterfinal clash with Coco Gauff, the number 4 seed. Both players had everything to play for. But only one of them would walk off the court victorious. And as Bencic would later reveal, she had a plan to make sure it was her. In the post-match press conference, Belinda Bencic revealed the secrets behind her dominant victory. She explained that her game plan was simple but effective. She refused to let Eala settle into a rhythm. She attacked early, took the ball on the rise, and redirected Eala's pace with precision. "I know most of you guys were cheering for Alex," Bencic said, addressing the crowd, "but I still have to say it was very nice for me to play in front of you all." Her message was clear. She was not fazed by the hostile atmosphere. Bencic's strategy worked to perfection. She had just 6 unforced errors in the entire match, the fewest she had recorded in a singles WTA 1000 match this season. She hit 23 winners and won 72% of her first serve points. Her first serve efficiency was a key difference, as she won 67 of her first serve points compared to Eala's 53. She also exploited Eala's weakness against left-handed opponents, improving her record against lefties to 10-0 since 2024. Bencic also revealed that she had identified Eala's physical condition as a key factor. She had noticed that Eala was not moving as freely as she had in previous matches. The ankle injury from the McNally match was clearly affecting her movement and confidence. Bencic capitalized on this weakness, moving Eala side to side and forcing her to hit on the run. She knew that if she could keep the rallies long and physical, Eala would eventually break down. And that is exactly what happened. The match was competitive in the early stages. Eala started aggressively, taking a 3-2 lead and energizing the Filipino crowd. But Bencic began to find her rhythm midway through the first set. She targeted Eala's backhand with deep, flat drives, forcing shorter replies and drawing errors. The Swiss star broke Eala's serve in the 9th game to take a 5-4 lead and then served out the set 6-4. Bencic had taken control. The second set was a masterclass in dominance. Bencic broke Eala's serve in the opening game and never looked back. She raced to a 3-0 lead, and Eala looked exhausted. Bencic's first serve accuracy climbed above 70%, allowing her to dictate early in rallies. She varied her pace, mixing deep drives with short angles that pulled Eala off the court. The Filipina's first serve percentage dropped below 50%, giving Bencic frequent looks at attackable second serves. The scoreboard told a painful story. 6-0. Eala later admitted that the injury from the McNally match had been a factor. She had rolled her right ankle in the second set of that match, and the pain had never fully gone away. She had been receiving treatment between matches, but it hadn't been enough. Against a player of Bencic's caliber, compromised movement was a recipe for disaster. Bencic had exploited that weakness ruthlessly, and the result was a 6-0 second set that ended Eala's dream run. In her post-match press conference, Belinda Bencic made a stunning admission that caught many fans off guard. She acknowledged that Alex Eala's injury had been a factor in the match. She had noticed that Eala was not moving as freely as she had in previous matches. The ankle injury from the McNally match was clearly affecting her movement and confidence. Bencic admitted that this had made her job easier. Bencic's admission was both honest and respectful. She did not dismiss Eala's performance or claim that she had won solely because of the injury. Instead, she acknowledged that Eala had fought hard and shown quality tennis. But she also made it clear that the injury had been a significant factor. It's one of those matches that really could have gone either way, she seemed to imply. But in this case, Eala's injury had tipped the balance in her favor. The question that remains is whether a fully fit Eala could have beaten Bencic. Eala had already proven she could beat Olympic champions, having defeated Jing Qinwen in the opening round of the Washington Open. She had also beaten multiple Grand Slam champions and top-ranked players. Her recent form and confidence, combined with the support of the Filipino crowd, would have made her a tough challenge for Bencic. But the injury had robbed her of her greatest weapons, her movement, her balance, and her confidence. Bencic's victory was impressive, but it was also a reminder of the fine margins in professional tennis. One wrong step, one awkward landing, and everything can change. Eala had fought through the pain, refused to withdraw, and given everything she had. But it wasn't enough. The injury had caught up with her, and Bencic had been there to capitalize. As Bencic herself said after the match, "I hate to play against lefties, so I'm surprised by this." But she had done it. She had ended Eala's dream run. Let us zoom out. Belinda Bencic's victory over Alex Eala was a masterclass in experience and execution. The Swiss star had a game plan, stuck to it, and executed it to perfection. She had just 6 unforced errors, hit 23 winners, and won 72% of her first serve points. She had exploited Eala's physical condition and never let her settle into a rhythm. This was a champion at her clinical best. As WTA analyst Marion Bartoli said, Eala has improved tremendously, but Bencic's ability to redirect pace and stay calm under pressure made the difference. But the victory also highlighted Eala's incredible journey. The 21-year-old Filipina had entered the National Bank Open as one of the hottest players on tour, riding a 7-match winning streak and a breakthrough WTA Tour title. She had filled stadiums and unified a global community. She had drawn praise from tennis legends. She had shown that she could compete with the best players in the world. And despite the injury, she had refused to give up. The loss was a painful end to a magical run, but it is not the end. Eala is just 21 years old. She has already achieved more than most players do in a lifetime. She is ranked number 20 in the world. She has beaten multiple Grand Slam champions and Olympic gold medalists. She has a team that believes in her and a nation that supports her. The Cincinnati Open awaits, followed by the US Open. There will be more matches, more victories, and more opportunities. As Eala herself said after the McNally match, "I have high hopes for the rest of the tournament. Those hopes will carry her forward. For now, the loss stings. But it is not a defeat. It is a learning experience. And it is proof that Alex Eala is a fighter. She refused to give up, even when the odds were against her. She fought through the pain, gave everything she had, and walked off the court with her head held high. That is what makes her a champion. The tennis world is watching, and the future is bright. Alex Eala is a star on the rise, and she is not done yet. For more coverage in tennis, subscribe and hit the notification bell.